reality is, the more risk you take, the luckier you get. So people need to learn to take one big risk a day. Every day take a risk and build up that risk muscle, because risk is where success comes.
Risk must be taken for the greatest. Hazard in life is to risk nothing.
Take the biggest fucking risks of your entire life right now. Remember, you have time.
I think that most people, the reason that they lack success in their life is that they lack the courage to make the decisions that need to be made to put them in the position that they want to be in.
You can get so scared, and you can be so easily lulled into the idea that good is good enough, that feeling safe and comfortable is what you should always be looking for. That way of thinking in your 20s in particular, dead fucking wrong. I want you to start to create this mindset of taking risks and going big.
Going big. Go big or go home, right? When you're in the DeFi space, when you're in crypto, it's go big or go home. No crying in the casino. Welcome, everybody. Happy Saturday morning to all of you in the crypto space. Everybody on PulseChain. Don't forget, if you're on Kick, go follow me there on Kick. Make sure if you're on YouTube, post notification, right? Subscribe, drop a comment. You know the drill. And on X, follow me on X. My gosh. Like and retweet. Let's see who's here today. Good morning, King. Shout out to Goo God in the kingdom of King Token, King Jr., and Crown. Thank you for being here this morning. Did you see Yeet on PulseChain? 97% supply burn. It's pumping today. No way. I'll have to take a look into that. John Thompson, welcome. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Saturday morning stream. It's a little new for some of you guys to see me on Saturdays. I've been doing it here and there. Feels good. Welcome, anybody. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. That Remember dip got ate up quick. Yeah, I saw it pretty early in the morning, too. We're going to talk about that. But we're going to focus today on the OGWEBCHEF Community Vault looping and compounding into the system, which Remember plays a big role when it comes to this, right? Remember token. If you guys are not aware, it helps with the entire loop of the system. So the way you want to look at that, if you're holding these big Remember bags, is people keep on selling Remember, and they're already saying the bot won't go back on if they keep selling. And the reason why they kind of threw that out there is because it can't make a good loop with constant dumps for the ecosystem, right? So the choice is your guys'. It's ours. It's the community. It's community driven at this point. So we want to make sure that when it comes to this new DeFi dApp, which is so important to PulseChain, to have a dApp, to have one that succeeds, to have the opportunity to earn, is crucial, right? And before we move on, shout out to our sponsor of the week. Sponsor of the week. All right, dexfi.com/bonds. Right now, guys, you can go mint your NFT bonds, right? Get a piece of the action. When they first showed up this week as the weekly sponsor, they're at $138,000 in NFT mints. They're at $478,995 over on base chain. APR earns you USDC 109.63%. It don't get any better than that, right? That's a beautiful thing. Go earn your USDC. Shout out to DexFi. And reach out to me if you guys are looking to, if I like the project and you're good, you ain't some kind of scammy sitcho, reach out to me. Get you on the weekly sponsorship. Get you the nice little logo, little website during the live stream, and the shout out on every stream. Now looking into the system here, all right, we want to talk about this. I love dApps. I'm the king of dApps. All right, I'm the dApp king, brother. And the thing about it is, I've been a small player. I've been a big player in dApps. I've been the good actor. I've been the bad actor, right? I've been all of the above. And really, when there's no bad actors in crypto, to be honest with you, it's like when your money's there, take your money, right? That's how I see it. But some would call it differently. In this community vault right now, in the early stages, we need as many good actors as we come. And the only way you can be really a good actor is if you know what to do, if you know the strategy. So you guys are going to get a glimpse today of what I will typically show in a more intimate sentiment, like turn off the lights, light a candle, like I say to my members only. If you're interested in being a member, for the price of a Cambodian coffee, $2.99 a month, get the exclusive live streams on Monday, where we go into my personal wallet and we do some, we'll go in there here and there, do some things, look at some things, show you what I'm doing, or show you what I'm investing in. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. For damn sure, not a professional. It's cryptocurrency. Don't ever allow an influencer on any social media platform out there to influence when it comes to crypto, because you could lose it all. But I think it's good to understand how you would be a good actor and how you can help this thrive, because for PulseChain, it's important to have a good dApp. It's important for people to see the research out there and see a live stream or content creator out there demonstrate the power behind the OGWEBCHEF community vault. So this one's for you. Now, hey, what's up, Prairie Banana? Welcome. Long time no see. Hit the like and sub. Yep. And if you're new to PulseChain, welcome. And I think this is a good onboarding tool. So let's jump into it. We'll look at my vault stats, right? I got 3 deposits on my end so far. These are 3 deposits that have come from my wallet, right? And I'll show you guys how to get in through what you call the smart way contract, the smart contract on a UI, versus if you are on Chrome and you have an issue, you're likely going to have possibly an issue when you get into this. You're going to want to use a Brave browser or use the smart way contract that I'll show you. I put the link in the description to come straight here. I put the link in the description to the smart contract with my referral address, so you can enter that in and start today. So I've had 3 deposits. Total so far on this wallet is 3.2 million Pulse, right? I used my good old buddy's referral. I have 3 referrals personally myself. Remember, if you're marketing this and it gets you up in the morning, you want to talk about this and earn, when the person that you referred uses your link, or anyone uses your link, and they go in, let's say with 10, let's say a million Pulse, you get 5% of that Pulse sent to your wallet directly. So my referral bonus so far, it's almost a million Pulse, about 993,500 Pulse. All right. You can see here, max 2.6 unleashed tokens per 2 million plus. So now we understand that unleashed is an untradeable token, right? You're minting it on this dApp. You're exchanging your Pulse into a deposit into this system. It's going to mint you unleashed, which has no chart, no price. It just simply is locked in, and it is going to be used as a token that earns yield. And that yield, and we'll take a look at right now at my public wallet for this platform here. Let me pull that up. We're going to go to pulsewatch.app, right? And we're going to pull up the wallet here. You can see that I'm holding Remember token. I got some exploited, and then here's my Pulse. Now, in this wallet, for what I've entered into the OGWEBCHEF vault, I've earned Hopium, BFF, Pulse Pup, and Wrapped Bitcoin. And you've seen already, if we go back here, what I've earned in referrals. So the 993,053 Pulse. All right. So right now, do a little math. I entered in yesterday only 3.2 million of my own Pulse, right? We'll add the 987 value of Hopium plus the 856 value of BFF plus the 851 value of Pup. Shout out to Pulse Pup. And then the value of wrapped Bitcoin will add the $8.42. So I've earned $35.36 in a value of tokens, right? Then I'm going to sell for Pulse, right? I'm going to sell my rewards into Pulse. And then I'm going to take that Pulse and simply enter it into the system, right? So I've never interacted with these tokens other than wrapped Bitcoin and Pulse Pup. To be honest with you, I've never interacted with the other ones. So the other ones, because I'm pulling out my ledger. I haven't interacted ever with Hopium, BFF before. I have Pulse Pup on a wallet. I've interacted with wrapped Bitcoin. So I'm not familiar with these tokens, but I am going to sell them, take that Pulse, and deposit into the system, right? So I'm going to have about, what did we come up with? About $35, maybe after we pay some taxes. I don't know what it's going to be. I don't know how much of the tax BFF has, but I typically always keep my slippage at 2%. And if I need to go up, I figure it out. I'm going to deposit. Right? I'm going to compound my rewards daily into the vault to mint more Unleash. It's as simple as that, right? And while I do that in the background, let's take a look at the price of Remember while I'm selling my tokens and getting ready to deposit into the system here. Remember had a big sell-off this morning. Again, we want to treat Remember as a token that we want to build. And we want to not sell into the bots. It's a big player as far as looping. So if you're in this, right, you want to do yourself a favor and not sell. We want to hold the line. It's a community-driven opportunity, a community-driven platform where we have the power to do some very big things. And I've seen a lot of big things take place in crypto where a community gets together and they make, the opportunity real, whether that's like a high ROI, some kind of farm with a loop in it and different mechanics and tokenomics. So a lot of different things, that I've seen take place that are interesting that actually, do well. So I'm selling in the background here. We'll take a look at these tokens too that I'm selling right now. I've added them to the watch list, right? But right now, for example, I'm not preaching like go out there and sell your rewards and they're worthless. No. Hopium, I have no idea what that token is. I just know it's a $294,000 market cap. I'm selling it because I want to earn more of it and I want to compound my position. And when I get to, let's say I can achieve a stream of income every day through this vault, and through compounding, I build my position, bringing in more users, using the Pulse to get more Unleash minted. And let's say I get to like $100 per day. Maybe I compound $50 a day back into the system, and the other half just let that sit and grow these bags of, let's say, Hopium, for example. The other token, as far as BFF, right? I was just at BFF. Let me add that to the watch list here. You'll notice its biggest pair is with Finfesta. This is its biggest liquidity right here, $426,000 with BFF, right? So far, I've sold two real quick. Let me see what other ones I'm going to sell. And again, I'm selling these tokens so that I could compound in the system. And since these are the reward tokens at this point, I'm not trying to hurt like those tokens, but I'm trying to earn more of them so that I can get to a position where I can start holding them, right? Because I'm not going to be content with the, $35 per day. I want to be at 100 or 200. I want to be at 200 per day, compound 100 and keep the other $100 in tokens and do that every single day so that I can start stacking them. At this point, can we say that vaults are a failure? No, not at all. I mean, I earned $35 and yield. Not at all. And we're going to show you why vaults are powerful and what they've done so far. So no, vaults are not a failure. Now, anyone who enters into a system and throws in the flag after one day and calls it a failure, or you feel that way, it might not be for you. You know what I mean? Because I have not felt anything negative about the system. I see the great potential, and all I feel is excitement where I'm here on a stream, getting really ready to put a strategy together and build it. But again, these are things I'm going to show you right now. Like I'm selling right now in the background. I was talking to you the last token that I got rewarded, which was ETH Bitcoin, ETH wrapped Bitcoin, right? So I'm ready to compound my position here, as you'll see. I unplugged the last couple days. Is remember going to print or no? Well, if you guys want to look at the printers really quick, we will. Want to see the direct effect of what the vault, as promised, Flexmas was mentioned as being a important role in this and was going to be affected as far as ROI. So the vault being a failure, I think not. Flexmas is 49 cents today. You could have bought it on the dip. You could have loaded up on the dip, right? We'll bring up Flexmas and be earning 11.34%. It skyrocketed ROI. So the vault is going to be looping the entire ecosystem, and the more players that play are going to contribute to the loop, are going to contribute to the success of what it's designed to do, is to bring ROI up for the printer tokens and help with appreciation. And not even 24 hours later, we saw Flexmas go up and ROI above 10%. That is ridiculous. So that's not even 24 hours later. That's not failure. That's an early sign of success. And this thing hasn't even gotten started. Okay. So no, not failed. Definitely not failed. A big achievement. So that's the printers. Now we're going back here. And again, links in the description that's going to get you here. If you're on Brave browser, it's a possibility that you come here and it's going to work and everything will be fine and dandy. You put in a deposit. Nothing below 100K, right? For entry. And it was a max of 5 million per entry. I don't know if they changed it to 2 because now it says max 2.6 million unleashed tokens per 2 million plus pulls. Maybe that's kind of flying over my head right now. I'm not sure, right? I'm not entirely sure. However, let's see, the vault balance seems to have like really low amount at this point. It's getting utilized in the system. Let's see. Let's go in. Now, if you have trouble with entry, right? I'm going to share this tab here. I showed you guys yesterday how to use this. Now, this is the smart contract. Basically, if you wanted to interact with the smart contract direct, you would go to like the Pulse Explorer, which is crappy. So they made a UI version. All right. So you would grab my referral address as it is in the description. I'm going to grab the person who referred me. Shout out to El Ramacho. And I'm going to add his referral. And right now, let me go take a look how much Pulse I got right now. I'm at 2.9 million Pulse, right? I always want to leave myself with like 500K, right? I'll go in with 2 million, leave myself at 955,000, just in case. So I'm going to enter here the amount of Pulse, which is 2 million. I'm going to deposit right now. Sold the rewards, now I'm compounding to the system. The ETH labeled here represents PulseChain, Pulse token. So you're going to enter, right? It would be 2 and 6 zeros for 2 million. Now it's going to require 18 decimals, not 18, 18 additional digits when it comes to zeros, so that it'll show as 2 million ETH, which will represent 2 million Pulse. So we're going to keep adding that, and you'll be able to visually see, or you can count the additional zeros you're adding. You can see here now we're at 2,000, 20,000, 200,000, 2 million. All right. And this is going to interact with the OGWEBCHEF community vault. Again, if you're on Brave browser, it should work fine. I'm not using Brave, I'm using Chrome, which was the issue. And I'm going to run the function here. It's going to give my referral guy his credit, which is the 5% bonus for my 2 million entry. Gas is low, about 46,000 Pulse. Not too bad compared to what it was. And I'm going to get a 2 million Pulse deposit. Stole my rewards to get Pulse, compound in, and I'm going to wait for that transaction to complete. And I'm doing my part as far as feeding the system, feeding the engine that is going to help your other investments when it comes to Flexmas. Remember, basically all the printers across the board, right? So everybody practices these, this method. Everyone participates. It's going to be a big loop, including what they have looped in within the ecosystem by design on what they're doing on their end. And we'll read about that in a second too. It's a win-win for everybody. So I'm waiting for that transaction to go through really quick here. Let me see if I could speed it up. Let's see. I'll try to speed it up so that we can see on the UI. Oh, there it goes. So I didn't have to. It went on its own. So I'll refresh it now. And you can see I have my 4th deposit in. All right. It looks like somebody deposited while I'm on stream too. I got now a 1.2 million referral. Thank you for whoever that was, but I appreciate you. My total deposit is 5.2 million Pulse. All right. If you guys are wondering what that value is, let me type that in really quick. Because I know people want to know, how much did you spend? The $164.58 value. All right. Now I've taken those rewards. I've built my position. I can see that. So now that I can earn more of the tokens that I was being rewarded. If we go back to the wallet here, it's still here. I haven't refreshed it. Where I'm going to be earning Hopium, BFF, PulsePup, and Wrap Bitcoin. And tomorrow at the 24-hour period, I'll see how much I've been rewarded. I'll know how much has been rewarded. I'll be able to do that again until I build, right? It hasn't even been 24 hours since I've joined, and I earned a $35 in yield in the form of those 4 tokens. So the goal is to get, once I'm above 100, I'll compound 50 back in daily, keep the other 50. Wait a day, right? Always make sure, if I want to keep the other 50 in those tokens to appreciate with the system, I can do that. Or I can sell them in the straight Pulse and put it into my pocket. There's always different strategies of what to do going forward from here. But let me unplug this really quick. I want to read to you the looping part, because that's the compounding strategy. It's simple, guys, especially if you guys are marketing out there and you are an influencer, whether it be on X or you demonstrate, on your own crypto channel. teaching your users how to do this and using it as an onboarding tool, not only for within the ecosystem, but pulling people from DeFi that are on other chains. And trust me when I say this, I have been in many things that have failed, many things that have succeeded. I've been in a lot of projects that have worked from ground zero and have become huge in these DApp environments. And I can tell you right now, these guys relentlessly have been working months for these printers to print your money. There's been price appreciation, price drops, and it comes with the territory of being on PulseChain, right? PulseChain has been down for 2 years now, and they've been working hard to bring, excitement. And, if it wasn't for OG, I'm going to tell you right now, if it wasn't for OG, it was right about that time where I've had enough with PulseChain. I'm looking down the road. It was about February. We're going to be 2 years into this since I sacrificed money that would have changed my life of just cashing it out, or money that would have changed my life if I would have took that entire sacrifice and put it into just even Solana, the token itself, none of the leverage plays like meme tokens. So I was at a point where I was ready to leave the ecosystem and never look back, because I was looking down the barrel of 2 years. And when I joined this ecosystem, it gave me excitement. It gave me the sticky feeling of coming to PulseChain. It gave me the gains. It gave me a lot of lessons too. And I've grown with this, and I've seen the efforts they put forward. So that's why I'm still here. All right, that's why I'm still here. Let's see. So remember, guys, you're going to have all the questions that you need in the FAQs, but you're going to want to know what's going on here. Study this, what happens in slot 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Strategy 1, you're going to learn, what's going on in these vaults and how they're doing it. Runs real-time arbitrage and marketing tactics, then cycles the gains back into the vaults. All right, so the money is being worked for you on the back end as far as what is put into the system in arbitrage and market making tactics. It's recycling it back into the system to build the vault positions. So money's going to come and go. It's going to be money's never going to just sit and not do diddly squat, right? This is designed to be just fast paced, in and out. I got somewhere to be. There's money to be made. I need to generate revenue, because not only do I got an ecosystem on the outside of the vaults with printers that I got a job to boost their ROIs, boost their appreciation, but I got, yield to pay here in the vault within itself. All right. So there's money being, recycled around and put to good use for sustainability and for this opportunity. We are the ones in charge of making that opportunity a massive success. We bring more people. We start using this heavily. We start doing our own compounding loops like I showed you earlier. Again, those are going to be the things that succeed. And we're barely 24 hours in, right? And then now I have Unleashed token that I just minted, and we'll take a look at that, right? From my previous deposit just now. I'm going to refresh this. So when I deposited the 2 million Pulse, I got instantly more rewards, like 15 cents in each of the rewards tokens here. But now I got me a lot of Unleashed. I got me 2,621,440 Unleashed. Where I think my previous deposits, I don't think I even got nowhere near that. Hopefully it's not a glitch. That's a good amount. Let's see. I'm just going back to a previous deposit in the transactions, which 4 hours ago, I was still asleep. We had a long night last night. I had like a family barbecue, and my son, who's 12 years old, when I wasn't paying attention, his uncle offered him a cigar, and I was like, homie, you better not. So we're like, we gotta go. All right, let's take a look. I'm trying to see when the last time I minted Unleashed, and I think it was like way earlier yesterday on stream. Bear with me 1 second here, because I just minted a whole lot of Unleashed in comparison to what I had minted before. So yeah, it looks like that's what I was minting before too. So it's in the millions. For some reason, when I first saw it, I thought it was like 2,600, but that's about right. So I just minted that. Now it's added to my bags of what I have now. Now back to printer yield loop. So this is the looping part I mentioned earlier. It's going to deploy capital into an automated yield strategy that benefits OGWEBCHEF printer tokens. So the benefit we looked at yesterday, proof in the pudding already, which is a good sign, hasn't even been a day, is you got Flexmas at 11.32% at 50 cents. Come on, forget about it. What the? Do you need any more proof? Are you not entertained? Hey, man, that's Flexmas. You earned it. Let's bring them in. I think you're wrong in hell. Watch your mouth without a doubt. Jumping on the top. Take a look, man. You're seeing this in real time, and what they mentioned too, their Flexmas is gonna listen. You guys were told about Flexmas. OG mentioned it. You were told that the vaults were gonna help. And as we take a look here, if you go look in the FAQs, frequently asked questions, whether you think they're dumb or not, slot 3 clearly tells you printer yield loops, strategies. Now you're looking at it in real time. Do you believe me now? Can you hear me now? Are you not entertained? Come on, people. Come on. You're seeing a direct reflection of innovation, hard work, dedication. Shout out to OGWEBCHEF. Shout out to 3D Rect. Shout out to Hubs. Shout out to the other guy. I don't remember his name. Wait for it. My age caught up with me. I don't remember. Shout out to you. Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you. Right? So, definitely exciting. What do we got? World's greatest PDI printer? 4.17%? Forget about it. And it's cool because now we can go from yesterday's video of just making an entry, right? The struggles of that entry where I was like, I don't know, what am I doing? Like, I didn't know what I was doing. Then I figured it out. It was a nice little demonstration live on stream on what a user would experience day one with the difficulties I had with Chrome, with the direct fix of going to the smart contract UI that was made, and getting in, and then going through these features yesterday, and only having like the, what we call the written version, the literature written version of what was going to happen, and then going and saying, okay, slot 3, I hear you, but what? Wait, huh? Now slot 2, I see we achieved unleashed from the deposit. Slot 2 already selling the yield that it was promising. $35, and I didn't put a whole lot. I put $164. I popped out $35 today. We just went through that live. I put 165 bucks in. I got paid $35 in yield. Sold it, compounded back in. Okay? Now we know slot 1, something's going on in the background there. Slot 2, I saw. I conquered. I made 35 bucks back on 165. Now we see slot 3, printers going up. FlexSmith over 11%. World's greatest PDI printer over 4%. All right, bring it on, slot 4, because now I'm going from reading to seeing. When you go from reading to seeing, then you believe. And then what happens? Oh, I didn't even know that, bro. Oh, you can make that kind of money. Wait, Thomas G put $165 in, and in less than 24 hours got 35 bucks in yield. Oh, so if I put $1,000, that brings out let me get that money, homie, right? But go into the chat and verify if the 5 million is the minimum, because the way it was yesterday, I don't know if it's 2 million or what it is now, but I do know the minimum is 100K pulse. And then yesterday, let me go into my chat box and verify. Let me verify. Max entry still 5 million. I am on stream. All right. Meaning, if you got 100 million pulse and you want to get in on this, slow down. Like, woo, woo, like get that wasn't a worse sound, was it? What was that? Like an owl? What the hell was that? That wasn't a horse, no. God, there you go. Slow down. Well, okay, I just got the word back. It was 5 million. Now it's 2 million. So think of it this way. You got 100 million pulse. You're like, I'm ready to get in. You don't go in with that 100 mil. Your limit or your max is 2 mil at a time. All right? 2 mil at a time. 2 mil at a time. 2 million pulse at a time. 2 million PLS at a time. 2 million tokens at a time. Did I say it enough times to make it clear? Yeah. Okay, I did. So we covered that in. So if you were going in with 100 million, you have to break up that 2 million 50 times to get in, which would meant you unleashed 50 different transactions to get 100 million in. And that by design was so that people couldn't game the system. All right. Let's go to slot 4 with the buy pressure amplifier. Buys printer adjacent tokens and injects constant demand, lifting floor prices across the ecosystem. So what do we see? Let's look. We saw the price appreciation, 31% up on FlexSmith. ROI, go take a look again. Bada bing, bada boom. Let me switch to my pages. ROI, 11.89%. It's going up since the live stream. Now people are going to see the yield chase it. Goes up more. Boom. On top of that, the vault is doing its thing. Now we got humans and the vault, a smart contract working together. What do you like? What's his name says? What a concept. Then you got. Let's go take a look. Let's see what it's got going on today. Now, this one right here ain't up just yet, but ROI is up, right? ROI is up. I can tell you right now, you're going to see some buys coming in on this token. Let me switch it up here. You're going to see some buys coming on this token because it's juicing up right now. It's eating up some good ROI. So I would anticipate, as this sits here, people are going to go 4.32%. Because what I see now is I got my bag of FlexSmith. I'm good now. It's going up pretty quick. I'm good. What would I buy if I'm not buying FlexSmith because I'm good on it? I bought a good bag on it on another wallet. I'm happy. I'm earning 11.89%. I can actually sell the rewards and loop it into a vault on that wallet, which would be cool. right? So what does somebody think at this point? Flexmas is too expensive. I could have bought it at 25, 35 cents. Damn it, I missed it. Well, tell me, what do they? Anybody in the chat tell me what they think? So what a person thinks? Because I'll tell you, I know. They're saying, well, world's greatest PDI printer is down 25%. It's paying 4.5% ROI. Let me buy that. And then they start chasing, and that goes up, and then ROI goes up, and then that becomes too expensive. But then we still have the great work being done of slot 4 with continuous buy pressure. And you know what I think slot 4 is good for? And I don't know if the devs are thinking like this or if this was intentional, but slot 4 for me with the injected capital, I believe that's a good thing because not by design, but by the overall behavior of people in the ecosystem, ROI chasing, right? So they're in Flexmas, right? Flexmas is the hot thing, but then the new hot thing comes out and they sell Flexmas. It takes massive sell pressure, it dips, and they go to the next shiny object. Well, if you have buy pressure amplified, which is injecting constant demand across the tokens in the ecosystem, that's going to buy that floor back up on where the community just left. And then once and for all, you will get left behind. That's what I feel like it's designed to do and can do, which is powerful because you guys have been able to sell and rotate and leave it like just leave it for dead. You know, I was going to say something real like raunchy, but like leave it for dead, leave it behind and move on, hit it and quit it. But then that slot 4 action with the buy pressure that's going to go across the ecosystem, which is going to depend on users and all the money coming in and the loops and the compounding, you know, you might have left something that's going to go up and say, see you later, Thomas G. You could have, would have, should have, but you didn't stick around. And that's where great regret comes. And at a certain point, you got to think big. You know, I'm excited. I'm excited, man. Slot 5 is going to be interesting because the governance delegator. So, like, think of the war chest being controlled by the people that are in this DAO, and letting them vote on, like, they say future tactics, right? What could those tactics be? What would be the opportunity to vote on? I don't know. We don't know yet. But governance, meaning letting the people decide, the holders in the DAO, you know, the people that are like the big believers that have the bags, and whoever qualifies to be a part of that are going to be the decision makers and are going to make the choice on what is being done. Because during this experiment, while we see things start to turn, right? Let's say we see Flexmas. We saw, hey, you know, what happened with Flexmas? You know, what was going on in the background? What was the strategy? ROI went crazy. The price went up and doubled. Can we do that with, you know, X token over here? And we'll just say, for example, you know, SAV. Which you go, if you can do that with SAV, if you can do that with Plexus, can we do that with SAV? And if you happen to be the person who was buying it at 20 cents, and that gets, you know, turned on via DAO, or it just happens because of, you know, the performance of the slots that we just went through, which slot number 4 brings that buy pressure, the amplifier. You know, you can be holding a golden ticket of buying a dip on one of the tokens in the OGWEBCHEF ecosystem that'll go up, and maybe you get your 2x and you're happy, or maybe you get a position for really cheap and it gets really good ROI. The sky's the limit. You know, this is DeFi. We've seen crazy stuff in DeFi. You cannot think small. And I do not think that the time, the effort, all roads led to here, OG expanding his team to where it's at today. They did this to be something small. I think it's going to be, you know, dApps grow when people start to show the numbers. You want the numbers? I'll put $165 into this total. I've already got $35 in yield back. You do the math, we'll see, right? Let's see, just like in the pimp game, the bottom slot always works the hardest. It's getting hot out here for a pimp. Well, I mean, hey, look, man, at the end of the day, you know, we're community driven, definitely. And sentiment changes real quick in OG ecosystem when ROI start to go crazy like this, right? People rotate and chase things around. So I'm going to be excited when people realize, like, oh man, like, okay, the vault did a whole lot. Like, I got to get more involved. So my hopes is in the next 24 hours, you know, I earn a little bit more than I did today. Whatever it is, sell it, compound back in. Links in the description, guys. Again, if you're on Brave browser right now, chances are you can click the link in the description. You can deposit right onto the UI here, right? Enter the amount. Remember, 100,000 pulse minimum, max 2 million pulse. And, you know, I use the homie Amanto's referral address. He gets the 5% of the pulse that goes in. It's good. He hit me up. We're good friends. You get everything I put in at a 5% you know, mark for you. If it doesn't work because you're not on Brave browser, we already demonstrated early on in the stream. Go back, rewind this. We came here to the smart contract UI, basically a UI made for what you would be doing like on an Etherscan or on a Pulse Explorer if it was good enough to do that, right? And the PulseChain Explorer is just awful, where you interact with the smart contract functions, and you come here, you enter your amount. I went through this earlier, right? You're gonna add the extra 18 zeros in addition to it, but you'll see the ETH reflects pulse here. I went with 2 million. We did that earlier. Check it out in the live stream. And early bird catches the worm. That's all I'm going to say. So knowing and understanding, reading, and now going from reading yesterday and kind of understanding to visually seeing the outcome of, okay, I made 35 bucks on top of 165 entry. Boom, Flexus is up. A direct correlation of what was by design per the slots that we read out yesterday. Now we're seeing it unfold. And I'm giving you what I'm seeing early because most people won't catch that, and they won't realize it. They're just going to say, well, my Remember bag's not pumping. No, I'm going to sell into the bot. Remember, if you got Remember, they displayed that out there into the version of a post. It's part of the loop. Don't go out there and sell it. This is community driven. You got the good actor, you know, play that I gave you for compounding. Good actor, hold your Remember. And listen, think of this compound strategy that can come out of nowhere, right? Like right now, I'm using my yield to compound in the system. I wouldn't be shocked if Remember ROI comes back up. And I could speculate, right? Why not? Let's say Remember comes back 1%, 2%, 3%, and people are buying it. And by design, like we went through the slots, you know, the buy pressure slot that increases appreciation, helps with ROI. The whole thing, the whole mechanics is going to go through these, you know, one by one in the sequence on whichever day, however does it. But then I know Remember earns pulse. I can use my pulse that I earn. Let's say I earn $100 per day. Well, $50 of that can buy more Remember, compound the other 50, and go straight into this vault. So this has the ability to become massive, especially if Remember starts printing again. Then we're going to see a whole lot of extra pulse that's going to feed this engine, and it's going to cycle. So I'm excited. We're not even 24 hours in yet, though. You know, we're about 24 hours in, but that's nothing. So we'll see. One thing I know, the system buying and burning a crap load of Infesta and Mizzard. Hey. We talked about that in R2R, though, about Infesta, right? And then people are like, well, Mizzard because of the connection. So, yeah, don't forget to pound the like button. Tomorrow, we have a live stream interview that happens to be with DexFi. Shout out to DexFi again. They are this week's sponsor for the channel. Go take a look on YouTube tomorrow. This will be, right, the interview that happens at 3 p.m. PST time, where you can learn how to earn passive income in USDC on Base. So shout out to them. We'll take a quick peek again. Visit DeFi.com/bonds, where you can mint your NFT that represents your position in earning from the treasury bonds and their strategy. Over on Base, $480,000 in mints already, and you're earning USDC. APR is 109.35%. So shout out to them. Sponsored this week's live stream, and we'll do the interview tomorrow, and we get more details. So stay tuned for that. Do not forget, show some love. Pound the like button. Share this content with your friends. Let them know that the best DeFi dApp on PulseChain is here. The community will succeed. We will take these founders, these innovators, these developers of this dApp, and we will help them with our efforts. We will help them bring this to a new level, and sky's the limit. So it's on us. Go out there, read about it, visually see it, experience it. dApps are about experiencing it. I'm in a happy mood. I experienced a good little, $35 yield up from $165 investment. Do the math there. That's really, 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 really good. Till next time, we'll do it again. Yeah, dog.
I wake up in the morning, telegram in hand, heart to our community, the coolest in the land. Cheese cream drops a joke, got me laughing loud. Then I start to scroll down through the daily crowd. Who's the OG printer, lighting up the zone? Is it Dama Beast or Sav on the throne? Or maybe it's Friday, Flexmas is here. Time to throw some gains and flex without fear. I toss out some questions, looking for the signs. And sign fixes ready, dropping out for lines. I keep on reading, can't look away. Those spicy emojis make my whole day. Then someone yells exit, get off PulseChain, but I ride the waves through pleasure and pain. I live in a limbo of hope and despair, but we're all in this boat and I'm proud to be there. Yeah, I might end up wrecked, burned by the flame, but I'm with the best crew in this wild DeFi game. I might end up wrecked, burned by the flame, but I'm with the best crew in this wild DeFi game.